to the Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. Doing today's show, April 28th, 2020, from my office desk. So I'm a little bit quarantined in the fact that, I'm usually out with a nice background or something, but today's show is right here from my desk. So I just want it to be all business so that you get some great information about things that are important to you, and that I'm able to communicate some things that you might not be thinking about as well. So today's discussion point is, how long do you wait? How long do you wait if you're a buyer or seller? Right now we are in the middle of this quarantine. They're talking about loosening some things up currently right now. You can buy, you can sell. It's more difficult. A lot of sellers don't want buyers into the home. A lot of sellers, just don't have the mind share to be able to deal with the whole process of packing and moving and finding a place right now, and they can't find a place. As well as buyers don't want to put themselves at risk. So the best thing that a lot of people are doing are buyer consults, seller consults, in order to really understand the market. So how long can you wait? The interesting thing about real estate is that people's lives happen whether they have a job or don't have a job, or whether the government says you can go outside or not go outside. People still have, their families still grow. People still decide that maybe they don't want to live with the person that they're living with, especially if they've been trapped in the same place with them for the last 8 weeks, and it's only 600 or 800 square feet, and they realize, wow, this has been kind of a mistake, or I should have done this a long time ago. So how long can you wait? That's a great question. If you're in a one bedroom and you had a baby, it might not be that long. You can always wait a little bit. That's the thing, is that most people can always wait a little bit, but they can't wait forever. So the discussion is, when should you wait, and how long should you not wait? If you're a landlord right now and your tenant decides not to pay rent, maybe this is the time to sell that investment property. It's been lucrative for you in Hoboken, Jersey City, and you've had good renters and good cash flow, and maybe you moved to the suburbs or somewhere else. It's been relatively easy to manage, but now all of a sudden, those renters are drying up, or those renters are fighting you for rent. It becomes harder to manage the properties. There's not as many, plumbers and electricians out there working that you can get to. It's hard for you to leave your home and go check out the property. Tenants don't necessarily want other tenants coming into potential tenants coming into the property. So for those kinds of people, maybe the answer is it's time to really start thinking about people. Maybe it's time to start thinking of a different plan. If you're a landlord, that maybe you're having problems with your tenant. If you're a family that's growing, you might want to get out sooner rather than later. If you just can't stand the person you're living with, you might want to get out sooner rather than later. So everybody can wait a little bit, but not everybody can wait forever. So that's the thing, and you want to get out in front of it as soon as you can. You have time to plan now. Call me, meet with me. We'll go over the market. We'll go over the process. You'll be ahead of the game. So that way, when you're back and you're busy and you want to go out to the beach and you're allowed to, that you've already done all the homework. And then it's just cherry picking the things that you want at that point. So that was today's discussion point, is how long can you wait? How long should you wait? And that's different for every person. So today's hot topic is, how is the market? It's April 28th. Everybody wants to know, how's the market? We've been in quarantine now for 6 weeks. It seems like 6 years, but it's probably been 6 weeks. Where's this market going? What's it doing? What's it gonna do? Well, the fact is that this is the tale of two cities right now. Hoboken, Jersey City, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Meaning that Hoboken, we're seeing 25 contracts for the last month. Now that is a January number, not an April number, but April is the new January. So that's the number. That's about 6 months worth of inventory. The graphic I have up here, it shows you that, basically at 6 months of inventory, it's a pretty neutral market. You know, a seller's market is less than 6 months. A buyer's market is definitely more than 6 months of inventory. So right now, yeah, it's kind of a neutral market that we're in right today. Jersey City, on the other hand, there were only 6 condos under contract in the last 30 days. There are a number of factors for that. And that's downtown Jersey City, meaning I think people there are a little more hesitant to be able to go out. A lot of the condos there are in much bigger buildings that have some restrictions as well. And so it's a little bit harder, and people are a little more fearful of, based on their demographics of either going out from the city. You get a lot of people from the city that come over to Jersey City, even more so than maybe Hoboken, coming to Hoboken. And, they haven't been going out as much. They've been a little bit delayed in their movements. So they have had 6 contracts. They have 147 condos on the market. That translates into almost 25 months of inventory. That is definitely a buyer's market. Florida, Miami, back when in 2008, when they had the whole housing crash, they had, some towns had 20, some towns had 40, some towns had 50 months of inventory. Now it all came back. I don't think that this is that, because this isn't a fundamental market shift. This is just a wait period. And when the doors do open again, you're going to see all those people rush in, and those numbers will eventually even out to the volumes that they should be. But right now, how the market is there, it's almost non-existent. And you need to know that going in, that Hoboken is still growing and still moving some homes, and in Jersey City, it's not. So it's definitely the tale of two cities with that. And that's today's hot topic. Information is plentiful, but wisdom is scarce. So I would suggest that you reach out to me if you want to have a more in-depth conversation about what your specific market segment looks like, whether you're buying or selling, and how the market overall is impacted by what the future holds. So this is the good, the better, the best, the segment of the Brian Murray Show. It used to be the good, the bad, the ugly, but now the good, the better, the best, because we need some positivity. The good is people are wearing masks, protecting each other, doing our parts. I was just down watching the Blue Angels. If you didn't see it, it was really, really good. But everybody was wearing masks, and I definitely recommend that, that you wear them when you're out, and just do your part. Second is better. Trying to find a silver lining in this whole thing, and for me, it's driving. I can get from Hoboken to Jersey City and back 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. If I have to go up to Bergen County for something, it's like I could just hop in the car at 4 or 5 p.m. There's no traffic. It's like things that would take me 40 minutes, an hour to do, I'm doing in 15 minutes. I don't even think twice about what time of the day it is. I would never leave Hoboken until after 10 and get back by 4 o'clock. If I had to go out Route 495, it just wasn't happening. Now, time is not of the essence. There is no consequence to it. So that's the better for me. And the best is, we've all found a new way of socializing, of reconnecting with our friends, our college friends, our friends from our hometown, some family members, some longtime colleagues that live in a different place. We do Zoom calls. I do them basically every weekend with somebody. I have my favorite is we have a wine tasting group with some friends on the West Coast, and we buy bottles of wine, the same wines. So then we open them together, we hold them up. It's like being there when you can't be there. And it's something that wouldn't have happened if we weren't in this circumstance. We're all too busy. We wouldn't have thought of it. It would have just been stupid, whatever. So for me, that's the best. And again, it's just looking for some silver linings in a tough situation. And I'll leave you with a little bit of inspiration from the great Louis Pasteur, the French, I guess he was a scientist who helped with the pasteurization of milk. And he said, wine is the most healthful and most hygienic of beverages. Notice he didn't say milk, wine was it. So this has been the Brian Murray Show. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. All the past episodes are on my blog at themurraypropertygroup.com. If you would follow me on Instagram at Hoboken Home Find, I would appreciate it. I have a YouTube channel, Facebook. All of those are great places to leave me feedback. And if there is anything at all that you disagree with in the show, please reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong.